Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy Friday. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Baker Act and why it is absolutely key and critical. If you're going to fight to get your loved one out, and you know I'm a big fan of that, you need to hire a lawyer who knows what they're doing, who has handled these cases before. Lots of these cases, who has experience and, for what it's worth, has personal experience with the Baker Act. And you know that I have had a family member who was Baker Acted. I know the Baker Act. I was there when the whole thing went down. So I know it on a very personal level. And so let me share a story with you. On Monday, I had a call from a very nice lady. Her 16-year-old daughter had been Baker Acted. And I said, look, I think this is an illegal Baker Act, but the facility doesn't care. You can't sue them for this because they're immune. Nobody even knows she's there. So, no harm, no foul in their eyes. And she has health insurance. So they have a very good reason to try and keep her. And she said, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And the next day I got an email from another lawyer who had obviously been contacted by this very nice lady. And the lawyer said, you need to speak to Astor. He's the guy to handle these cases. Anyway, this is Friday. It's about 5 o'clock. And I called her and said, hey, what's happening with your daughter? She's still there. And I said, she's still there? And she said, yes. I hired another lawyer, and they filed something, and nothing has happened. And I said, what do you mean? She said, the facility ignored the lawyer, the court has ignored the lawyer, and nothing's happening. And, look, I this is a no judgment zone when you call us, but in my mind, I'm thinking, this is what happens when you hire a lawyer who doesn't know what they're doing. Look, I get people, we get people out on the weekends when the courts are closed. Why is that? Well, it's because the facilities know me, okay? And they know that if they are holding somebody illegal, I will fight like crazy to get that person out. And they don't like to dance with me. And so they will respond to me. I don't need the court to respond to me straight away, but I need the facility. And most of the time they will do so. And on most of these facilities, because we have litigated against them so many times, we can normally email them, fax them, pick up the phone and speak to somebody and say, hey, what's happening with this person? If the facility happens to be represented by a lawyer, and by the way, this particular facility is represented by a law firm because we've actually filed suit, not for money. We don't sue for money, but for their release. We've actually gone after this particular facility. In fact, this group of facilities many times. In fact, we're on sort of first name terms with a law firm that represents them. And so normally, even on the weekend, I can shoot an email to the law firm and say, hey, what's the status of this patient? And we get a pretty quick response. Normally, even on the weekend, the same day. But this lawyer that the mom hired has probably never handled these cases. And if she has never dealt with this law firm, has no idea that this particular facility is even represented by a law firm. And so there's nobody to contact. So yeah, she's been ignored. The facility doesn't care because she's nobody. The judges, I don't know why they haven't responded. The file may not even have been accepted by the clerk of the court. But the way you get these things moving fast is you know who the clerk of the court is and you know who the deputy clerk is who handles these filings. You get it moved. You pick up the phone and say, hey, this is an emergency. I need this case accepted and I need it sent to a judge right now. So, look, if you're dealing with somebody's liberty, you cannot muck around. Look, if you drive a Chevy, you don't take it to the Ford dealership for service. If you drive a Ford, you don't take it to the Chevy dealership. Why? Because Ford dealers service Fords and Chevy dealers service Chevys, right? Baker Act attorneys take care of Baker Act cases. That's what we do. And so I wanted to share that with you. I know that money's always an issue. Nobody has a Baker Act savings account. I didn't when my family member got Baker Acted. Nobody plans for this stuff. It just happens. But look, we have financing. You can finance a case over 3 years if you want. So I'll help you with that. I can take payments from multiple people. I can finance half and you can pay the rest. So look, if you have a loved one who's Baker Acted, do not take the chance on leaving them there and allowing the state to dictate the terms of their release. This child, by the time, apparently the mother's been promised the child will be out by next Tuesday. That's 8 days. And she said to me, well, could she get stuck longer? And I said, of course she can get stuck longer. They can go file to keep her. So, I feel terrible and my heart bleeds for this poor lady. She was so sweet. But unfortunately, this is what happens sometimes, and it breaks my heart. So I wanted to share that with you. Have a good Friday. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be here. I'm going to be in the office because I take these calls on the weekends. This is my mission. I'm going to fight these facilities who abuse the Baker Act and who abuse children too. Anyway, rant over. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.